In terms of household rules, they're pretty, did, did you ever notice any difference between household rules or,
I don't
um,
think so. I think we were all pretty similar. The only thing is you guys were better about letting a bunch of kids spend the night, like as you would let Jordan's friends over there, and that always drove me insane. So it was like they would come to my house, and I was like, I was fine, but I couldn't sleep because the basement, my bedroom was right over the basement, and so they'd be up at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, oh my gosh, seriously, and I'd be yelling at them, okay, it's time to go to bed, and you guys were better about that than I was. So
but you worked, in all fairness, the hours you were working and have worked for an employer that has allowed you to have hours that were really conducive to being home for the kids, like when they got off the bus or at the end of the day, right?
yeah, right. Yeah, I always went in early. Well, and for a while I worked part-time when the kids for a few years, probably 4 years, I think. After we moved, I worked 7 to 1 every day. So Jack got them off to school and then I was home when they got home from school in the afternoon. So yeah, so I've always worked early in the morning. So
And then during that time, they would always come back to your house, and then either Brent or I would pick them up on our way back to our house.
right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
they never rode a bus to and from our house. It was always, well, Brent always drove them to school.
Yeah, I know. I put them on the
Always.
well, he even drove them when they could drive. If the weather was bad,
I
he'd come over.
I know. And it's funny. I mean, I'd be like, uh, there's a bus stop like at the end of our block. And he would say, my dad did it for me. I'm going to do it for my kids as long as I can. And, I think I made fun of him, or I was irritated by it for a number of years. And then I think now looking back, that just was just such an important time for
Yeah.
him. But it's not like Alexa talked in the morning, for goodness sakes. She didn't talk
But I'm
to
sure she
any.
appreciated not having to ride the bus like her mom made her do. So
I totally, I totally agree, and he'd get her donuts and,
yeah, that's why, yeah, whenever there's food involved, she's willing to go. So, if he's gonna stop and get her breakfast, then that's yeah.
and on Sundays, she always knew if you guys were going out and you were going shopping, then you guys were going to stop and have lunch
Yeah,
somewhere.
boys had to have lunch. That's where the first question, where are we going to lunch?